Hey guys, welcome back to another video. You're not alone. Please like, comment, subscribe. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about things you're going to experience in the workplace when you are vibrating at such a high frequency. Now, I've made videos about this in the past, but when it comes to being high vibrational, working a 9 to 5 is going to be extremely difficult for the fact that, for one, you're going to have a lot of people hating on you. It's just like what it is. It is what it is for the most part. We're in spiritual warfare. And if you are vibrating high, a lot of people that are vibrating low, they're not going to like you because they view you as a person that is happy, positive, no matter what they kind of go through. And these people themselves, they are going through traumas, tribulations, and all these different things in their life. And it's kind of really getting to them. They might not show it on the outside, but if you could read the mind of a low vibrational person, you would see that it will be very negative. And they don't like people that effortlessly, even though it might not be effortlessly, you can still be high vibrational and you're still fighting to remain positive. The thing with high vibrational people though is that you're doing the work. Like you aren't really letting things get you down because you have the mindset of I will figure it out. And these people don't really like it. And there's not really a guidebook to this either. Like you don't really, it's not really obvious. A lot of these things that be happening, especially out here in spiritual warfare, it's very subtle. It comes across as little slick remarks here and there. Probably, I don't really have that much examples, but yeah, like subtle ways where if you try to call it out, it's not even going to be obvious and you're going to look like a hater if you call out their bad behavior. But yeah, that's for one. People are going to hate on you. Like you can try to go in there, you can try to be the most positive, you can try to just do your job, you can just try to be the best employee that you can. And it might have the opposite result. By you trying to be the best employee that you can be, it is going to raise red flags for the other people that's in there because not a lot of people think like that. Not a lot of people want to go into the 9 to 5 and think like, I want to do the best job possible. A lot of people are getting in there just trying to kind of just skate by, like trying to fly under the radar. So by you just trying to be effortlessly like yourself, you shine a light on what these other people kind of refuse to do. And that's what was happening to me in the first jobs that I was having. I was trying to do the best that I could. And people were just hating me for whatever reason. And I always used to think, like, why are they hating on me? It's because you kind of just make people look bad. Like, you humble people without even trying to. And that's why nowadays, like, I have to mask myself when I go into a 9 to 5. Like, I don't like telling people about the things that I do outside the job. Because either people, they get kind of insecure on the things that they're not doing. Or they start making me an enemy because they're like, who does this person think he is by doing all these different things? And recognize too that people don't hate you. People don't hate you and take it like, it's not they hate you actually, they hate themselves. And that's why you shouldn't really take any of these things personal. And that's why a 9 to 5 is like an energy harvest, because you being in that environment and people just hating on you for whatever reason, if you don't really know what's going on, it's going to get to you and it's going to make you want to like lower your vibration for the most part. But the second thing that's going to happen to you is you're probably going to have people like gossiping about you as well. When I used to work in 9 to 5s, I used to go in there, I was super extroverted, I want to be everyone's friend. When you talk a lot, when you are putting your energy out there for people and you are known, you are going to have people talking about you. And sometimes it's going to be negative. You got to like take it as it is. You got to recognize in this reality, not everyone's going to like you. And the brighter you shine, the more you are attracting negative energies as well. So when I kind of noticed that as well, I'm like, all right, let me take back my energies like a 9 to 5. Let me try to be the person that's not talking the most, that's just concerned about doing their job and getting out. Now you shift into a different frame. You shift into the person that is the quiet one, the introverted one, the one that is just focused on their work. In that essence too, people will hate you as well. And I'm telling you, people are going to try to find a reason to hate you for whatever reason. It's like, if you're extroverted, you're probably giving them reasons to, like something you might say, they'll be like, all right, I get to harp on this thing about this person. When you're introverted and people can't figure you out, in the process of trying to figure you out, that's going to make them hate you as well. With you being quiet, now because they can't figure you out, now they gotta make rumors about you. Like now they gotta like tell other people, convince them that you aren't the person that other people are seeing you as. And honestly, at the end of the day, I kind of prefer that version because I don't really care what people think about me these days. And if you guys can't figure me out to the point where you're trying to make rumors about me, perfectly fine. Like, try to keep figuring me out. Like, I don't really care. In my mind these days, I'm like, let me just go to this 9 to 5, make my money, and go home. Old me was so much more concerned about being friends with everybody, and that kind of just led me the wrong way. And also, too, forewarning, for the things I say about this, it's not like for every single 9 to 5. Like, I don't want to overgeneralize. If you go into 9 to 5, it's going to be 100% fact. It's going to be a majority of them, but you are going to eventually, if you stick to the 9 to 5 route, eventually vibrate so high that you attract a very good job and it will be a very good environment. But this is to my people that they're kind of constantly fighting battles. Now, something else you might experience, if you are on top of your shit, your A game, you're vibrating like high and doing what you're supposed to be doing, sometimes you will have managers kind of ego trip on you. And it depends on the manager. If you have a manager in there that doesn't really have an ego, they kind of look at things from the bigger picture and they're emotionally intelligent, then you will get along fine with your manager. But I've kind of been noticing for a lot of these managers, and I don't want to even come across like this like egotistical way, but for some of these managers, this is all they have. And they haven't really worked on themselves throughout lives. So this job is their identity. And if people are using their job and they're using this to kind of form their whole identity. If someone comes in there and they're threatening that identity, they're going to view you as an enemy. Be very careful with this, because I used to think that by me going the extra mile to show this manager, hey, I'm one of the good ones, I'm here to help you, it was going to make my life better. If anything, sometimes managers think that you think that you're going to get their job, when in reality, you're probably thinking like, I'm not even going to be here for a long period of time. Like, eventually, I'm going to go do my own things. Like, this is pretty much just a stepping stone for me. They don't know you inside and out. They don't know how your mind works. So they're probably viewing you as like, this person eventually is going to stab me in the back and take my job. And that's honestly too, that's like how a majority of people are kind of operating in society, especially LA. Like, everyone's in it for themselves. Everyone wants to do what they can do to get to the top. People might play in your face sometimes. People might play a character, but sometimes you got to be conscious. Like, some people are preying on you. And that's why I'm not trusting of everybody. So because the manager is probably thinking that you're probably playing a game, now they're looking at you some type of way. When it's kind of a lose-lose situation, like, you kind of fall back, you kind of just like try to fly under the radar. They probably want you to try more, and you try more, and then this manager kind of gets like a little egotistical. In these situations, I just say you got to kind of just ignore it. Try to, like I said in the beginning, fly under the radar, but not so much where it looks like you're not doing your job. You don't want to stick out. And if you guys are trying to get up to a manager position, you probably have to find a way to let this manager know that, like, hey, look, your job is like safe. I'm not trying to get your job. And in that essence, you're going to have to figure that out for yourself. Like, every manager is different and every situation calls for something different. But that's what you're going to have to deal with, like, in these 9 to 5s. You're probably thinking, as a genuine, authentic, high vibrational person, you're probably thinking you could just go in there and do your job. But the higher you vibrate, the more you kind of stick out. And the more you stick out, the more people kind of draft you into this imaginary game. What I'm starting to realize with life is, like, a lot of people are playing a game, whether you know it or not. And either you can try to play it, try to manipulate to your standards. I don't do that because I don't feel authentic doing that. I kind of view things like, when people start playing a game with me, I kind of exit myself from the situation, because I view it as the best way to win the game is to not play at all. Super annoying, but that's why I say, as a high vibrational person, you have to use that energy you have within you, and you have to use your gifts, your intelligence to go get your own thing started. Whether you want to do music, whether you want to do content creation, you want to be an actor, work your 9 to 5, deal with whatever BS is in there. But on the side, you have to grind. And I know it's going to be hard. Trust me, look at me doing YouTube. It looks good on the outside, but it is a struggle because I sometimes don't have the energy to even want to do these videos. But I'm not trying to be in a 9 to 5 for my whole life. So this is why I come through and be as consistent as I am. But those are a couple things you're going to have to deal with in your 9 to 5. I might make a part 2 on this in the future, but the main thing I want you guys to know is, don't ever get comfortable where you are in your 9 to 5, because vibrating high, either the universe, God, is going to take you away from that 9 to 5 if you get comfortable and you're not focusing on what you're supposed to be doing. And it is easy to get distracted when you're in there, because Maybe this is your highest paying job. You aren't used to getting paid like this. So you want to put all your time and attention into that. Recognize what you really want to do in life and try to give all your attention to that. But easier said than done, but I believe in you guys. But yeah, if you guys found any value within this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.